Hello, good day, beautiful people. I am the Inspirational Lady Noble 365 Tarot. Welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I trust you'll love this vibe. And everything you need to know about me is in the description below. This will be past, present, or future, you or someone around you. So take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. This is a general read. This is not a personal read. If you like a personal read, check out the description below, and I'll be happy to assist you with doing so. Keep in mind that tarot is a tool. It's not the final rule. Collective. We're starting off with the Lover's card. And with the Lover's card, I'm picking up that you could be in a relationship. Maybe this is a new relationship or connection. Someone that you recently started dating, someone could have connected you, maybe played matchmaker, but you are dating someone whom you have a lot of things in common with. But because you have been single for a while, this person, you're not accustomed to relationship things. Okay. You've been single for a while by choice, male or female. And so you appreciate hanging out with this person. You appreciate their admiration that they show for you. But the relationship things that they are expecting, you're not accustomed to doing them because you've been single for a while, doing your own thing, but single by choice, okay? And so you could be maybe having a lot of small spats, Spirit is saying, with this person. And maybe you share this with them like, hey, I haven't been in a committed relationship in a while. I've been single for a while. That means I've been free. You've been independent, being in a position to have your own. And this could be kind of making them feel insecure or like you're not interested. But the reality is, it's not that you're not interested. They have to be patient in order for this connection to work. They have to be patient and give you time to adjust. If you've been a bachelor or bachelorette for a while, they have to allow you to adjust to being a team player again. Okay. You've been doing it solo. You've been doing it solo. So this is someone who's very romantic. They believe in chivalry, male or female. They don't mind claiming you. They let everyone know that, you're their girl, their guy. Okay. And they just want some alone time with you. They desire to have more private time with you. This could be something that could be an argument or disagreement at times. I'm picking up you invite them, to outings and shindigs with you and your friends, but they want to do more alone things. They want to have more me time, one-on-one time with you. It's not that they don't like your friends. It's not that they don't mind a friend or two coming camping, but they would like to experience camping with just you and them. Okay. Yeah. So this is someone, they could be accustomed to the relationship thing, but you don't mind. And you're saying, yes, I am your girl or your gal, but give me a chance to adjust, to make the adjustment. So they could feel confused, because, you're this happy, joy energy. Let's go out. Let's turn up energy. But they could feel that maybe you're not interested or you're cheating, and you're not. I'm picking up clearly here, you have not been exclusive with someone in some time. You could have been single for the last 2 to 3 years doing your own thing. So you've grown accustomed to hanging out with your friends, having fun, doing what you want. But this person is looking at it as if you're up to no good. Maybe you're cheating, maybe you're seeing someone. Well, in actuality, you're actually swimming. They like jump, 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 and maybe you invited them to go swimming, but they're probably like, nah, your friends are gonna be there. I want you to myself. So it's this is that I want you to myself kind of energy. This lover here, they want you to their self. Well, I can't pick it up. They want you to themselves. Okay. This is someone who loves a lot of alone time with their spouse. Okay. They could be more introverted. You're extroverted as well. Okay. You like to get out, travel, explore. Okay. You could love the outdoors, and, there's someone who like the indoors. They want to sit in and Netflix and chill all day, and you want to be you, and get out. You're accustomed to being your own person and running your own show. And so there's a misunderstanding here with this person. And I'm picking up that you both like each other, and it can work out, but they have to meet you in the middle. They have to understand if you're admitting that it's been a while to let you adjust, then they have to be willing to do so, or else it's just not going to work. It'll be a lot of constant apologizing or explaining, yourself. And no one wants to be in a relationship where you're constantly apologizing for something you didn't do, or just constantly arguing. Okay. And so with the Ace of Cups, you have a lot of love to give. You're a loving person. You could have a lot of friends. When it comes to being social, you are that person who has a lot of friends, and you like to go out and turn up. Nothing wrong with that. This is what you are accustomed to. This is what you are used to. Okay. And so maybe they have an expectation that, well, you're in a relationship now, things are going to change. And you're like, no, no, things aren't going to change. You're going to adjust if you want to be with me. You know, you could be having this kind of conversation with them. Like, no, I'm not going to ignore my friends. You're going to adjust. Okay. Okay. And so we have the Ace of Pentacles here. And so this person, they're very in love with you. They feel like you are God given to them. Very romantic. This could be someone who likes to bring you flowers. Okay. This could be someone who likes to bring you flowers. Like any and every chance they get, they bring you flowers. They're very romantic. They believe in chivalry. They will open a car door. They will pull out a chair. They will rub them feet. Yes, rubbing feet is important. Yeah. And this is someone, whom you can have the Ten of Pentacles with. This is someone whom you can build prosperity with. But they have to meet you in the middle. They have to understand that they need to be patient and they need to be fair as well. You can't meet someone and expect them just to turn off their life for you within 24 hours. They can pencil you in because, you're a couple, you're in a relationship. But I'm even picking up that you two could live together in the same household. So it's not like they're never, for some of you, it's not like they're never going to see you. But yeah, it feels like this person just needs to be more patient. You could be saying that also. Like you're so impatient and you're non-trustworthy. You have to trust the process. Okay. And with the Five of Wands energy, they could be in conflict, whether or not, you're really for them. Do you really like them? Or are they competing for your love and attention? They could feel, collective, that they are actually competing for your love and for your attention, even though you're constantly proving that you're doing nothing but hanging with your friends if you're with your friends, you're at work if you say you're at work. You're at the gym if you say you're at the gym. But that could be very frustrating, having to constantly, argue about these things. Okay. But with the Seven of Swords energy here, there's just a lot of uncertainty. Okay. You may feel that you chose to move too quickly when you agreed to be exclusive with this person. You could be saying to yourself, you know what? I said yes to this person too soon. I didn't know they were going to be so clingy. And so what you call clingy, they consider it to be norm. It's something about what this person is used to and what you are used to, that's creating this clash, where there's friction here. It's not what you call clingy is normal to them. Yeah. And maybe previous people that you've dated, collective, is not as introverted as this person or romantic as this person, because it happens. You could date someone who doesn't have a romantic bone in their body. It happens. There are people who will hold hands in public and there are people who won't. There are couples who will kiss in public and there are couples who won't. Oh yeah, all kind of dynamics. All kinds, which is weird, but okay. Yeah, yeah, they could think that you're, giving your loving to someone else, and that's not the truth. Okay. So you may figure out, I'm picking up, collective, you may figure out and choose to separate from this person. You may feel that they're too clingy. And I'm picking up that you're growing exhausted with explaining yourself. You're constantly have to prove and show that you're not cheating, that you're really at work, you're really at the gym, and it's that. And I'm even picking up that you've tried inviting them to wherever you go, and they're constantly turning it down. So if they're turning down the invite, then they don't want to be involved in your life or get to know who you are, so they won't feel that way. Yeah, so you may choose to really terminate this relationship here because this person is insecure, just not ready to, give you, the reciprocity of trust, trust you. They're not trusting the process that something beautiful can grow out of this connection. hmm So I don't know if you're someone who, I don't know, you have to see your friends 6 or 7 days a week, or maybe it's once or twice. Some people see their friends every day. But it looks like, when you were a bachelor or a bachelorette collective, you have grown comfortable in that space, and there's nothing wrong with it. We have free will, and we're entitled to do whatever we choose. No one can tell us, but you have grown so comfortable with being a bachelor or bachelorette, meaning you were dating, but you have your own place, and whoever you're dating have their own, and you see them when you felt like seeing each other. You like having your own personal space. You don't mind people. You love people. You love your friends, associates, and things. But you have grown very comfortable. Spirit is saying, with being a bachelor and bachelorette, and that's okay. And it may be you have came to a point in your life where you figured out, maybe back in the day, you were hyper focused on, oh, I got to have a relationship, I got to get married. And maybe as life has moved on, your desires have changed. Now, I've talked about that in a lot of reads. It's common sense and it's natural for a person's desires to change. Even if they're married, your desires are going to change, especially when it comes to love. Love is a feeling, it's a feeling, and feelings change. And people become devastated by this fact, but your desires will change in life, not just with relationships, with many things. And that is normal. And so it looks like you have grown so comfortable and accustomed. You're like, I pick my own apples. I planted these apples and look at them. Ain't they pretty? And I'm here to get them. You are confident in yourself to where, and there's nothing wrong with that. You are your own Ace of Pentacles. You're grateful, you're thankful, you're confident, you're financially secure. Whomever you are, male or female, you're able to take care of yourself. Even if you have chosen to move in with this person, you really don't need to live with them. Financially, you're secure within yourself. You don't need them. Okay. You're not in a position where whomever you date, you need them for something. And that's really a healthy space to be in, because a lot of people get into connections and they need the person, and that can be very risky and dangerous. It's better to want or desire your partner than to need them for survival, sexual pleasure, a place to live, a ride somewhere, or just using them as a seat filler because there's nothing else to do and you're really not attracted to them. Yeah, those things that people talk, don't want to talk about. But yeah, it's part of the read here. So you have grown confident within yourself. You've done a lot of work on yourself, and there's nothing wrong with it. If you want to continue your life single, that is wonderfully fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But I see you actually letting this person know, hey, we're gonna, you go your way, I go mine. It's just not working, and it's not going to work. And that's the best thing you could do, instead of them waiting to argue with you about, it's movie night, where are you? That way they can leave their options open and find someone who's as introverted as they are, who's willing to sit in the house and chill, or whatever it is that they like to do, because there's a difference. They care about you, they like you, you care about them, you like them. But what you don't like is having to constantly explain yourself, the constant friction. And you could also have been reflecting like, wow, before I got into this relationship, life was peaceful. You may feel it's more stress being in this connection. And your desires are changing. And I see you confronting that and letting it be known, and just being honest with this person that it's best that both of you go your separate ways. Yep. This concludes the read. Later.